All right, so let's start with introductions, name, age, pronouns, sexuality.
So, I'm Vendetta. I'm 21 years old. I go by he, him, they, them, literally anything. And I am pansexual.
Okay, so what does pansexual mean?
So, I guess being pansexual just means that you are attracted to someone regardless of their gender identity. It doesn't matter if they're like a guy, a girl, if they're trans, non-binary. Basically, you're like, all you care about is their personality.
Okay, so what you're saying is you're not a very picky person.
Not really. Not really.
Well, that makes that easy. Okay. How old would you say that you were when you first realized who you were and what made you realize it?
I think I was between the ages of 16 and 18. I don't remember right around the age when I started having feelings like that. So I guess it was just that I saw some benefits along with liking guys as well as liking girls as well. And for a little while, I also became bi. And then I kind of like thought to myself, I think it was around like 18 or 19 when I was like, should I really care about gender identity and all that? And just, yeah, and that's when I realized that I'm pansexual.
Who was the first person you came out to? And why did you choose that person? Like, why did you feel comfortable to actually come out to them?
So the first person I actually ever came out to was my mom, because throughout like my childhood, she pretty much was the one who supported me, like regardless of like who I am. Like all she ever cared about was for me to be happy. And she has supported me throughout all my years. So yeah, she was the first person who I ever told about who I am.
So that leads into the next question. What was the story of how you came out to your friends and family, and what was their reaction?
Well, the exact story about how I came out to the rest of my family was like, I think we were all like sitting down at like having like a movie night as a family, and I just...
Oh, I thought you were about to say that you were having an intervention or something.
What?
Like
No. We were all sitting down, and I was just like, and I just said, hey, I'm this and that, and just like, and they did not care. They literally, they just didn't care. And I think it was the same case with my friends. I just kind of said, hey, guess what? I'm not straight. And I'm just like, all right.
They didn't have like any reaction to it. It was just like, yeah,
like
just brushed it off.
Yeah. I mean, my family, they kind of knew about it. They kind of saw a little bit of the behavior a little bit, but yeah, they kind of knew, but they just didn't want to ask. And
what was the behavior?
I don't know if I want to say.
Oh, come on, you should say. Now I'm really wanting to know.
It's always the case. Everyone just like wants to know something every time I say something. Anyway,
well, yeah.
So
you're in an interview. Of course, I want to know.
Yeah. So I think the thing I remember mostly is liking towards certain clothing, because I had a little bit of fondness towards how like feminine clothes, like,
Of course, of course.
and I was like, and I kind of was kept looking at it, and I'm just like, they kind of was like, I think they kind of gave me like a look, like it was just like it was a little bit peculiar, but I'm just like, I'm not gonna ask too much about it. But yeah, that's a little bit of how they knew it. They kind of knew it first, but when I just said it, they were just like, yeah, okay,
So what
yeah.
kind of feminine clothing? Like you talking about like skirts
I'm like,
and all that
no,
stuff?
like I'm in like crop tops because I have a real big fondness of crop tops.
Oh,
I mean, and also like leggings and fishnets and all that.
okay.
Yeah.
So just the normal basic femme.
Yeah, the basic stuff, if you would say.
Okay. Did your friends know it all? Like, did they just have like a sense of it?
My friends, not really. But well, the thing was that like throughout like school, I just I didn't really have that many friends. But
Felt that.
that's a whole nother reason. That's not being pansexual is just not a reason why I had that many friends. It was a whole different reason. But like when like one of my closest friends, like when we started catching up again, we're just like, hey, I'm this now. I'm just like, you know, like, oh really? Like, okay, that's pretty cool.
Did they ever like I don't know, like be weird around you or change at all?
Not really. I would say I didn't really notice anything.
As we all know, normally coming out is hard for most people. We're not always accepted as we should be, but we aren't. What would you say was the most challenging part about coming out?
I guess the most challenging thing is overthinking what people would actually say about you, because I've always had the thought of like people not treating you the same way that you want to be treated, like even if you have certain likes, and I know, and I feel like that certain people, if I told them that I was this way, that they would not either want to be friends with me anymore just because of that reason. And if that happens, then even if I've been friends with them for a long time, it just makes me realize, were they even my friend in the first place? And just so yeah, thinking about that and just people and just worried about like being treated differently has been something I've been worried about. And and I hope to not deal with that.
How has your life changed since coming out? Like, is it good, bad, both? What?
I would say it's a little bit of both for various reasons. I would say the good part is that I'm finally able to come to terms with myself, that I'm able to figure out who I like, what I like, and all that. And sort of like the bad stuff, there's not really a lot of bad stuff. It's just normally just my brain trying to trick me, like make me think like, what if I'm not this, or what if I'm just lying to myself, and overthinking like stuff, and
yeah, the self-doubt.
yeah, self-doubt and just about yourself, and yeah, and just having that, it's a little bit more difficult, but it doesn't necessarily, I have been able to improve on it, like
See,
within the last few
that's
years.
like that's some of the like bad things about coming out too, because yet when you come out, some people do treat you differently, and then they treat you like, I don't know, like you're scum or you're gross, and
Yeah.
then you just think to yourself like, is this normal? Is this me? And then, I mean, at the end of the story, yeah, at the end of the day, it is you, and you just got to accept it. And sadly, those people that are treating you differently and just want you to go back to the old you and want you to be someone that you're not, like, they got to accept it. Otherwise, they're not your friends. They're just people who just can't accept you for who you are. What would you say in your experience of coming out? What are the pros and cons that you have faced since coming out?
So I'm not really sure about cons, but definitely a pro. Like two pros for me is one, obviously, I get to be myself. I get to be the true person who I think I am, or I feel like I am.
Mm-hmm.
And another pro would be I get to like find like a variety of different people that I might be interested in, you know, having a relationship with one day.
All right. So I'm going to add like one question that was not onto the list because
Okay.
I don't know, I like to do interesting stuff. Can you give me like, I don't know, like a funny moment that comes to mind that you thought was hilarious or maybe embarrassing? I don't know, of like something that happened involving your sexuality or just coming out in general.
I guess it just went back to when I told one of my closer friends that I literally just said like, hey, guess what? I'm not straight. I'm just like, and he just like said, and he just looked at me like very funny, and I'm just like, I was just expecting the worst, and all he said to me was, I kind of fucking think hold on, fucking brain. Anyways, I think he said it was, I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was something along the lines of, I kind of figured you do kind of look like one.
You know what's funny with those? Wait, look like one? What does that even mean? you know what I love about those? I love the fact that, I don't know, it's kind of more of a relief when somebody's like, oh, I know.
Yeah.
But it also makes me feel like, what do you mean you know? Like, surprised
like,
a little bit.
How?
Like
and I was just surprised that then we just like both like laughed it off. I'm just like, yeah. I'm just like, yeah, I'm this way, and yeah. So yeah, that's
so weird.
That's a bit of a funny and embarrassing moment.
Yeah, it's so weird. We don't think that we give signs, but apparently,
yeah,
we do.
Yeah, fair.
Can you say 3 things that your followers would be completely shocked to know about you?
So I think 3 interesting things that my followers actually don't really know about me is that I have actually been to over 20 different countries throughout all my life. And another thing is that my biggest interest is that I love watching Formula One.
Formula One, what's that?
It's car racing. And
I'm stupid. Sorry.
So yeah, my 2 favorite sports are literally Formula One, and I also like pro wrestling. And the final thing is that I like to write as a hobby. I like to write short stories, and I'm actually preparing to write my first ever novel.
Kind of cool. Any idea on what it's about? Might not.
Yeah, I actually do. I actually do have can actually share a bit of the story.
Okay.
So the story about the novel is that I'm going to be calling it 6, and it's about a young racing driver on the autism spectrum whose dream is to win the Triple Crown of Motorsport, which is winning the 24 Hours of Le Mans, the Monaco Grand Prix, and the Indianapolis 500.
Nice.
Yeah. And I wrote that short story to prove to anyone that even though you might have autism, it shouldn't affect how you do things. And I guess I can add a bonus thing. A fourth one is that I'm autistic.
I'm right with you, brother. I don't act like it, but
I don't act like it, but I've been diagnosed with it.
Yeah. So.
But I'm not gonna. I wrote that. I'm writing the story to prove that, to show people and give people motivation that even though that you might have it, like, you shouldn't let it stop you. Like, it. Just think of it as like a superpower.
I mean, it basically is. Let's be fair.
Yeah, it is.
Everyone who has like any form of autism needs to have something like, I don't know, something gifted. So, what advice would you give to someone who is struggling to come out and be open with who they are?
So, the best piece of advice that I could give you guys is to just learn to love yourself and just love being the person that you are right now, and just try and figure out who you are and accept yourself before trying to let others accept you. And if they don't want to accept you for who you are, then you know that they're not your real friends. And because the real people that are around you, they're the ones that you truly deserve. And you deserve to be yourself and be the person that you are. So just be yourself and be the person that you want to be.